What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about if Marvel's Avengers will announce Hawkeye as a new hero in this week's War Table event. So the War Table event obviously is this upcoming week. It's actually this upcoming Wednesday, so just a few days away from it. So obviously this War Table event is going to focus very, very heavily on the beta. I mean, that's obvious. That's what they've talked about. And also, I mean, the beta literally launches next Friday. So obviously, I guess, again, if you have the PlayStation 4 pre-ordered version, okay? If you pre-ordered it for a PlayStation, you get it next Friday, week after for Xbox, week after for basically anybody that wants to play it. So that'll be the main focus. They'll talk about how it's going to work, the different, they even talked about there's going to be different modes that you're going to be able to do that they haven't even technically, like they announced it for the beta, but they haven't talked about it like formally yet. So they're going to have to do that. So lots of stuff they have to get through at this War Table event. But at the same time, they promised us that within the next upcoming, couple War Table events that they would start talking about additional heroes. I don't know if this is the time to do it, but at the same time, they could. In fact, I was even reading like a blog post of what maybe you can expect from it, and they even talked about how there could very well be some secrets, like some hidden things that they haven't talked about yet to kind of like just surprise us, basically like surprise reveals almost. So Hawkeye, and the reason I say Hawkeye even like in the video title is, I mean, I think he's obvious, right? Of all the characters they have, Hawkeye, I mean, there's a lot that I want in this game, right? We talked about that before. Spider-Man's a really good idea. I personally want like Scarlet Witch, there's Black Panther, there's Captain Marvel. I mean, you can go down the list of characters that some people would want, maybe some people wouldn't want some of those characters, right? But they have quite a long list of characters that they could potentially put in this game. Hawkeye, though, if you look at obviously the members that they have already in it, Hawkeye's the only one missing, right, from the original Avengers, which, as we've talked about before, obviously they're not trying to completely match what they've done in the previous movies. They want to remain separate. They want to be able to tell their own story with their own versions of these characters. But I mean, come on, Hawkeye, in terms of his personality, I think would work really, really well. In terms of, if they want a big surprise, like to really catch us. I mean, a lot of us are expecting it by now, but I think that would definitely be a thing where it's like, man, if you say Hawkeye's in this game, like, that's a pretty cool thing. We already have a lot of characters. We know a lot of characters, again, are going to be coming to this game over the next, several months, even maybe possibly several years after this game releases. Remember, this game is a game that's going to be added to for a very long time after it launches. So it's going to launch, but it's going to constantly have updates of characters coming to this game. So that is exciting. So Hawkeye, I think, is the guarantee that we're just going to get him. And then we can talk about characters like Spider-Man, again, like Black Panther, like Scarlet Witch, like Doctor Strange, all these different characters that they could potentially have. I think his combat would work extremely well. So there's really no question of, would he fit in, would he work, or would he wouldn't work? I think the answer is he absolutely would. The question is, would they choose this War Table? Well, if they are doing these monthly, which it sure seems like they would, they will have one more attempt at this or one more time to do this, and that would probably be very, very late August after the beta has ended, and also just around a week or so before the game releases. So is that when they could do it? I think that is probably more likely. I feel like the central focus of this War Table event is going to be on that beta, getting through, again, like, here's some examples of what you're going to be able to do here. Like, let's explain it, and let's also show you in-game gameplay of what you're going to be doing, okay? I think that's what this War Table event is going to be pretty heavily focused on. And again, maybe they'll tease that, like, next time is the character, or maybe they actually do the character now. But I think before the game releases, you need to kind of have this come out. Again, it's a game we know it's going to last a long time, okay? And there's going to be more than just one character that's going to come to this game. But again, the question is, do you announce it a little bit earlier? Do you announce it right before the game? Because ultimately, you could be buying the game. I mean, I'm buying the game based off of what we have. I'm not going to necessarily be buying it for, like, the future, but some people may. So if you tell people, hey, we have this idea, or this is our plan, we're going to release a new hero in this game every 2 to 3 months, or whatever. Here's the first two. Hawkeye is the first one, maybe coming like around Black Friday, like around Thanksgiving time, and then like around Christmas, around like sometime in the middle of January, like around then, we're going to have the next character, and here's the next character. But we're going to focus on Hawkeye for right now. You know what I mean? If they did that, I think that's pretty exciting. I think that's something that they kind of need to do to kind of lay out basically a roadmap. What they're doing, or what I want them to do, is to lay out a roadmap for when we're going to get certain characters. Hawkeye is obviously the first one. The question just is, would they do the roadmap now, literally in just a few days on Wednesday, or, again, if they have to do all the other stuff. But the thing is, the last War Table event, they were able to do quite a bit. There's really no central theme to it other than let's show you a bit more about, I guess the central theme of the last War Table event was, what are we doing in this game? How does this game work? What are actually the modes and the features of this game? That was pretty much what the main driving point was of the last War Table, but they did it a lot of different ways. They showed trailers, they showed gameplay, they showed snippets of different kinds of modes. They hinted at a beta, at the beta release date would be coming later, I should say. They hinted at that. They hinted at a new, Avenger being added, all that kind of stuff. They hinted at that at the end. But they accomplished, I would say, honestly, a very fair amount for like the half an hour that they did this War Table event for. So if we're looking to this one, I mean, yeah, it could take half an hour to talk about the beta and to show us, show it off, basically, show us what we're going to be doing. But at the same time, maybe it takes 15, 20 minutes, and the other 10, they can say, hey, we want to talk about also like what you can look forward to very early on in this game's life cycle, and it's a brand new person and it's Hawkeye. You know what I mean? I definitely think you can make the argument either way. I would personally say no. I feel like it's probably going to be 90-95% focused on the beta. So I will say that going into Wednesday, I'm not going to be expecting Hawkeye. I'm not going to be expecting him to announce a new Avenger. Although, like I've said for a lot of different things, I wouldn't be shocked if they do it. I'm not going to be like, oh my God, you caught me off guard. I mean, because again, like I'm hoping for it. I'm just not expecting it. If not, I honestly think they'll do another one in August, literally right before, probably like 6, 7, 8 days before they release this game, right, out to people. I think they'll do one more War Table for that. They'll talk about, what the first maybe like 6 months of this game is, and then go from there. So if it's not this Wednesday, I think it's probably just around a month away that we get to hear about the next Avenger being added to this game, okay? So guys, let me know in the comments below. What do you think? Do you think, well, firstly, do you think Hawkeye is the first character being added? Do you think it should be somebody else? And when do you think they're going to talk about him? Do you think it's going to be this War Table event, the next one in August? What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. As always, make sure you guys subscribe to this YouTube channel, Podcast Now. Hit the bell icon so you guys know when these videos go up. And thank you so much for watching, guys. I truly appreciate it. I hope to see you all on the next video.